now. But basically what we talked about when we're trying to set up a percentage problem, the main important thing that we needed to understand was when we're dealing with percents, we're dealing with our part over our whole is equal to our part percent over 100%. So if you guys can just remember this proportion, Guillermo, then you'll never have a problem with any of the percent problems that we have on this test. Just always think it's part over whole, part over whole. When we're dealing with percents, the whole, Stephen, is always going to be 100%. That's why we should put that away right now. OK? Does anybody have any questions with this? So basically, the only thing you guys have to do for these three problems to set it up is to identify what is the part, what is the whole, and do you have a percent? Because you already have 100% in every single one. So this says 8% of 13. So obviously, I set up my proportion. We know that 8% obviously is going to go here. 100% is going to go here. 8% of 13, what is that going to be? The part or the whole? Let's pick on Nick. What do you think? Part or the whole? 13 is a whole, right? If I say I have $50 and I say, what is 10% of my money? $50 is the whole. That's the total amount I have, right? The 10% of my money is going to be the part. So that's going to be 13. Our unknown is going to be the part, which will be x. 5 is what percent of 140? Obviously, we do not know the percent here, so that's going to be our variable. So 5 is what percent of 140? So you do 5 over 140 is equal to x percent over 100%. And the last one, obviously, if that's the whole, then this one's going to be the part. 6 is 7% of what? So 6 over x is equal to 7% over 100%. OK? And then basically, all ladies and gentlemen, when you have a proportion, please remember that multiplying, Guillermo, move up a seat. Multiplying fractions, we multiply directly across, right? When we have a proportion, that is when we can apply the cross product. Does any of these problems anybody want me to go through and solve, or do you guys feel OK with that? Sure, I'll do the middle one. All right, let's just do the middle one. You could go ahead and simplify. Actually, let's go ahead and simplify. So let's go and simplify 5 over 140. Right? We know 5 goes into 100 20 times, and then 5 goes into 40 8 times. So 5 over to 140, this can be reduced to 1 over 18. I'm sorry, yeah, 28. I don't know where that came from. So 1 over 28. Then, as I apply my cross product, I have x percent times, or 28 times x percent, equals 1 times 100%. Then we're trying to find a percent, so we're going to divide by 28. Divide by our 28. And our x, whatever is going to equal our percent, is how many times does 28 go into 100? Well, let's do a little long division. 28 over 100. 28 goes into there. 28 is going to be 56, would be 84. So it would go in there at least 3 times. 84, subtract, that's going to be 16. 28 does not go into 16. So I apply my decimal point, bring down a 0. How many times does 28 go into 150 or 160? So again, 28. 28. And then you have 56. So I could just keep on doubling 56, which would be 112. Right? And then I could add that how many more times? One more time. So it'd be 30, that'd be 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3.5%. I'm sorry? No? You're good? 5 over to 120 is 3.5%. Why is 28 what?
Because you're trying to find the egg, so you divide it by 28, so you can have the egg on.
Why'd you just stop at 3.5?
Because that's all I'm going to ask of you to go through. All I'll ask for you guys to have for that. Why am I dividing by 28? It makes more sense. Should you explain it? The last thing you guys need to understand